This is Powder Darling, my busted heart. No, it's not a hairdo. It's just my hair lying on a pillow. I'm lying in bed. Having one of those days. Woke up this morning, crying again. Made a video that I'm going to delete. This happens sometimes. You know, I'm a novice. I'm not a professional YouTuber. I'm not a, this great vlogger. I don't even know how to edit film or like splice different things together. You may notice that every one of my videos is, start to finish. It's not pieces put together. So I'm doing this because, as I've said, I want to send out a beacon to anybody who finds this, who really needs to know that there's somebody else who knows how it feels. But there's another reason, and sometimes I think that this reason is really the more important reason. See, I have lived my whole life being told by multiple people that I looked up to and I believed that I am not worth anything and that I just need to shut up and sit in the corner. And this experience has been a blessing to me in some ways, because I just got to the point where I was like fed up. Like, wait a minute, I matter. What I have to say matters. And I don't care what anybody else says. I know that what I need to say matters. And I don't care if one person views it or, a million. It doesn't matter to me. I don't care, because the important part is that I am speaking my truth. I'm putting it out there, regardless of what the outcome is. When I was in graduate school, there's like this, all my advisors were like, who's your audience? Who's your audience? Who's your audience? And I was like, I'm my audience. Like, that's all it needs to be. And they'd be like, oh, no, that's not right. And it's like, well, C.S. Lewis said, here's how I wrote that book. I just wrote something that I thought that I would like to read. How is that him not being his own audience? Anyway, I'm going off on a tangent, because what I really wanted to talk about is that some days I am feeling good, like everything's starting to make sense, I'm figuring it out, and then other days I just get hit with this wave of grief. And this morning I had this wave of grief. I was crying. I think I cried harder this morning than I have in many days. And I don't know. I don't know where it came from. I had a dream. I was on my knees in front of his mother. She was sitting on the couch, and I was holding her hand. I was like, help me. Please help me. I don't understand. And she was like, he's happy. Just leave him alone. But what I don't understand, and it was so weird, because what I don't understand is, how can he be happy? Like, how can he be happy sitting in a broken chair playing video games all day? Like, not having food, not having a phone, not having anybody who really gives a flying fart about him. Like, how do you not want to be cared about? That I'm really deeply disturbed by it. And that's, I think, why I'm having trouble putting it in a place in my head, because I believe that the natural state of things is love. And if somebody doesn't want to be loved and doesn't want to love, that's unnatural. It's bizarre. It's creepy. So, I guess I have more to go. I have, more will be revealed as time passes, because at this point, I still have a lot of questions. And sometimes I make videos and then I end up not uploading them, or sometimes I make them and then I and I upload them and then I delete them, and I don't know what I'm doing. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what I'm doing. This is my process, and I'm trying to understand. And I have good days. I guess I'm little by little. I'm crying less frequently, and I'm feeling more grateful. I mean, the truth is that he did me a favor. I never would have left him. I would have died. I would have died. He depleted me so badly. I would have died. I was headed for a homeless shelter. Like, he depleted me, mind, body, and soul, to the point where I could not function anymore. And I would have let him. I would have kept letting him, because I loved him, and I wanted to give him. I would have died for him. I would have. That's how much I loved him. So, I guess, God intervened and said, not today. And so here I am all alone. And in the end, I'm going to be better for it. But at this point, oh boy, does it hurt. It hurts bad. My life is a mess right now, and I got to put it back together all alone. And I have to grieve this person that I was 100% sure was the love of my life. Like, the psychopath, I knew he was a psychopath from day one. Jefferson, I really believed that he was a good person. I trusted him with all my soul. I trusted him. I believed in him. And the fact that I was so wrong about him, I mean, that's really, really hard for me to comprehend. Because I knew. And I feel like I've been amputated. I still feel like he's, part of me. And it's going to take some time for me to figure that out. So that's what I got. That's where I'm at.